All right, you're live here at Future Rocker Radio. And today we have a special guest. We have David Perry Molina. This man is amazing. We're actually having a live session here at Future Rocker Studios, and he's a live bassist. So how you doing there, David?
Hey, pretty good. All right, man. Hey,
So
good, Johnny.
yeah, so tell us about yourself. Are you from Stockton? Tell us a little bit about what's your bio?
Yeah. I've been in Stockton, almost all my life, but I ended up high school and spent some years out in Calaveras County, and that was a great adventure and learning session out that way. But for a long time, I've been here since forever, I guess. I don't know, but I'm a songwriter throughout the town. You know, I've kind of just songwrite, kind of jump around a bit, but it's nice to lock into people that are actually trying to accomplish something, you know, and that's just really nice to run into you, you know, over the radio station.
Yeah, we met yesterday. We met yesterday at the KXVS community meeting we had yesterday about the radio station, and ran into David, and man, we just started chopping it up, and then we're having a session today with Quick Strike, and then Ronnie, they're actually going to go get some more cables and stuff. What's up, to guys? What's up, Ronnie? What's up, Quick Strike? See you guys back in a few minutes. But anyways, we are here just sitting back, and David, what were your like musical influences? Like, what did you grow up listening to? Like, what was when you were like, man, this is like what I want to do, or this is like something that's
at that point when I was really kind of getting focused, that's kind of hard to say. I get really kind of scattered around because I just get like, what do you think? I'm very blessed to be able to play a lot of different instruments and different notes, and all that stuff really comes kind of easy for me. And so I'm trying to think back in I want to say all the way back to 5th grade, I kind of started violin. Well, you know, you had to take your basic classes because nowadays there's no more music in the schools, and it's really...
That's crazy, right?
Right. And I'm thinking, man, if I didn't have music in the school, I probably wouldn't have... I would have turned out way different, obviously. And music was a therapy for me. So starting off playing all the basic school instruments, going through life, and then about teenage years, I ran into... basically all my life I grew around old school 70s like Zapp and Roger... Funkadelic, George Clinton, all those kind of cats. And so all my cousins and my family were more into the R&B hip-hop of those days. Me, I've always been a little bit different, a little bit of the odd guy. So I was always listening to different music. And my family are going, what are you listening to? And then I ran into this thing called punk rock, right? And so punk rock let out a little aggression when I was younger. But then from there, I needed more. My brain kind of needed more. So as I started searching through music... it went into alternative, and then also my staple, of course, was all the 70s and 80s funk, which was my era, growing up in the 70s. So listening to all that music was wonderful. I think it kind of was a staple in my brain. I didn't even know it until years later. Right. You know, jumping in and out of hip-hop bands or reggae bands, and then through that stuff and punk rock. But then after a while, my stuff started maturing. So as I started maturing a little bit more, I started getting into more like meat music of like prog rock or jam bands and stuff like Fish or Grateful Dead and stuff like that. But then again, everything just starts evolving, and notes and world music started coming into my life. So as I do world music, it was really interesting that. It's a universal language, and so it's just a wonderful thing that music is a world language to me. I just feel blessed to able to jump in and out of so many different genres of music, all the way from again in the world music, the Latin music. When I start playing my quattros and all the Latin guitars of that instrument nature, it's a really wonderful thing. But then. To me, going back to the bass playing that I do, you know, the old school funk and reggae, you know, they've got the groove, and so it's never really left me since I was a kid, and so I think it's always instilled in me to come back and listen to some good hard beats and stuff. But then my brain it just eats up these notes, and so I get to filter that through all the prog rock and jam band stuff, and. So it's a little bit about me. If I didn't get too crazy with my story, going here and going there.
Well, I'm just saying, like, so, like, when you were younger, what were you what were your musical influences when you were younger?
Oh, like George Clinton, Parliament, and Funkadelic, and the old school funk. I mean, that was a really staple of my mind, and I didn't know that. It was just that backtrack all the time. So anywhere I went, I always had a funk or a groove to it. Even if I added or jump into rock bands or other bands and stuff, there was always this groove. And just like George Clinton, one groove, one nation.
Yeah, one nation under a groove.
Oh, yeah, that one there, right? And so, man, it really means a lot. And so music. When you find that groove with some bandmates that you jam with or acquaintances and stuff, and when you lock in, man, the chemistry is awesome because it's rare. It's rare when a chemistry can lock in. Like right now, man, we never even knew each other. We just met each other yesterday, and I came by today, got invited.
Yeah.
Man, blessings. Thank you so much, John.
No problem, man.
And man, we just locked in right away and hit it. And I said, oh man.
Right.
And right away, I'm like, I'm not worthy.
Yeah, right. No, man, we had a good time.
But it was.
Man, having a good time. And then Quick Strike has to go get, like we said, go get some cables. So right now, Quick Strike had to go grab some cables and make extra power cords and whatnot because we're about to do some damage over here. And so, anyways, we're going to get into a couple beats here. This one's called Audio Flower from DJ Caution from Future Doctor Radio. Welcome back to Future Octave Radio with DJ Caution here. I got David Molina here, David Perry Molina.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah,
hey.
doing good. So I guess let's talk about where you feel music has changed over the years and what's changed and what's not changed, or where do you see music going, and what would you like to maybe see music come back to? I mean, you know, what's your you're a musician, you know what I'm saying? So David's a real musician, you know. I'm not saying that anybody that makes beats are not musicians, but I'm talking David can you read? I'm assuming
I can read.
You can read, and you know he knows his chords. So like, where do you see music? Like, what do you miss about music? Like versus back from the old school to now.
Guys, from the old school. Guys, the first thing that hits me is it was almost like the Sandlot. It's like, man, when your buddies stuck together, nobody's going to break you up, and man, you're a band. And then when you made an agreement, it was like us 4 or us 5, you know, and people would try to say, hey, come over here, and it's like, oh heck no, you know, we're in the Sandlot. This is our Sandlot, you know.
Right.
But as the future goes, the technology is amazing, and kind of gives a lot of us opportunities to be able to jump around. And so it took me a little while to understand that, and when bands weren't as solid, but people were still moving around, I kind of had to take back and soak that in. That just because there's many Sandlots,
Right.
So I don't know if anybody's seen that movie. Great movie, The Sandlot.
Right.
But anyways, but yeah, so there's many Sandlots to play in, and it's a blessing because I think that's what the light wants us to do is to communicate together more. With this technology, it's amazing how we can communicate all the way across the world and send something and still collaborate with somebody. Man, I would never even have thought that, like, I don't know, was it 10 years ago? Who knows?
Right.
But that from going from old time playing and to now, it's just a blessing. There's so much good music out there.
Where's funk at right now, as far as funk music?
It's missing. I think it's missing.
And personally, the only person I think really is doing is maybe like Bruno. Maybe Bruno's doing a little bit of it.
A little bit. He has that kind of Zapp Roger-ish kind of sound, but that's kind of the old school. But even though the hardest thing is that even though labels, nobody likes to label their stuff, but the genre of hip hop has changed. So many different categories now. It's just really blew up from back in the day. When Grandmaster Flash and those guys were hip hop / funk back in those days. Those guys were pioneers, and they kind of started the tree. And now there's all these branches from electronica DJs to the EDM, all these wonderful sounds. And me personally, when I do a lot of writing for different functions or different things, I start soundscaping, and it's so amazing to soundscape with all these new technology. And so, between the old style and new style, it kind of meshes together. It's one door closes, another one opens, but it's amazing what new doors open.
Who are you like feeling right now? Who you like? Man, this person, no matter what genre it is, like this is what's on my playlist right now. This is what's on your playlist right now. I mean, what do you as far as
Al Di Meola?
Okay,
he is a pioneer of Latin prog rock from the 70s. Al Di Meola right now is back on tour, and sometimes my brain needs like these notes. It's almost like my wife cracks up because she can't. It's almost like math rock, and it's not rock.